Welcome back to Streamline Entertainment. It's your boy Marvin. We're going to get straight into a video, and it's by Crime Stories Obsession, and it's absolutely crazy. As it's saying, Jay Slater's phone wiped, no phone or videos.
Said that apparently after retrieving Jay's body, his belongings, clothes and his phone, the parents were then advised not to take a look at Jay because he was very deteriorated by the time that he was discovered. Let's remember, he'd been out there.
But surely they'd still have to verify him by maybe a birthmark or a mark that he had on him just to confirm that was him. I know it'd be very emotional for the family, but I would have to go in and verify it. I really would.
For a month in 30-degree temperatures, and according to forensics, in temperatures such as 30-degree heat, a dead person's fingerprints would only be usable up until 4 days. So his body was very deteriorated, and the family had been told not to look at Jay, and it's sad because they really want to see him, they really want to say goodbye, but it's of little comfort really. They've been told and recommended not to look at him because he is...
Okay, that's fair enough. That's their prerogative. Personally, I would have won in, and it's probably too emotional for his mum and dad. I would just want to know that it was him. But like I said, it was probably they were advised not to. A little bit odd, I think.
Very deteriorated. So how did forensics get fingerprints from a very deteriorated body? The second thing, the family said, I can't believe today not only did we find nothing on your phone when you was away, no photos, videos, we also got refused to see you, and I'm sorry that's happening, Jay. So
wow, if she did make that statement, that is just unbelievable. It really, really is. Don't get to see him and the phones be wiped. I'm just wondering whether that information can be retrieved by the police if the phone is wiped. I'm sure it can be. But like I said, if that phone is in one piece.
They've got his phone back. It was obviously in his black bag, the bag that he carried over his shoulder, or in his clothing. And for whatever reason, his phone has been wiped of all photos. Remember, he was there for the NRG festival. He was with his friends. They were taking photos, videos. Ayub even said that in the car on the way back to the Masker B&B.
The phone would have been all the evidence we would have needed, and it would have pinpointed conversation with Lucy, with Brad, with other friends, with Ayub. We would have had a lot of connections. So the phone, everybody knows, that was the ace card. That was the evidence.
They were taking videos of Rocky and laughing because he was asleep. So where are all the photos and videos that Jay took? And why does it seem that his phone has been wiped? It's also unusual that his body was found at the very, very bottom of a 500-foot ravine that apparently no one can see him from the top of, and even sending drones down still could not have been seen. So it's unusual that there was a tip-off from who? From somebody that couldn't even get down there?
That's very, very, very odd. Like I said, I think the Spanish police said to be a bit corrupt, and like I said, they didn't want this to affect the busy holiday season, people going to Tenerife, and that's a dangerous place to go to. So they had to close this case down as quickly as possible to save face.
It's also strange that just as the search team were coming from the Netherlands, the Spanish police suddenly found Jay the day before. And all these things put together kind of make you wonder, has there been a cover-up? What exactly is going on? And why has Jay's phone seemingly been wiped? It's all very...
They're going to say that because they don't want this to go on and on and on and on, and people asking questions because it may vilify, and us as the public or people looking into the case, investigators, Interpol, may have looked into this case a little bit further.
Strange. This case has got so much going on in it. So many people that I don't believe are telling the truth.
It's a bit of a merry-go-round. It's a bit of a merry-go-round. Now, Ayub and his mate doing Q&As. It's just become a bit of a joke, this case, at the moment. And there are people out there who know what happened to Jay and had possibly instigated it, and now think that they've got away with whatever happened to Jay.
Without this phone, can't tell whether or not he did actually call Lucy or Lucy called him that morning. We can't verify anybody's story because we don't have any information on the phone. It just seems strange to me. I'd be interested to know what you think. Let me know in the comment section below.
It seems like the closer we're getting, and then you hear things like this, we're a million miles away from solving anything. And it's that, only, like I said, only James knows, bless his soul, R.I.P. But only he will really know what happened to him, unless actually people confess and come forward. But it is, I honestly do think it's funny how the boys are talking, Ayub and his mate, and Lucy, Brandon, just quiet, nothing to say, and they want this to blow over, so they just get on with their lives. A couple of the questions about deleted messages, and it is possible that the police could still retrieve messages, particular where the messages are saved as backup on a Google account. The messages saved to the Google account are not end-to-end encrypted, which is why digital forensic examination could retrieve those messages. And that was put up on the 8th of May, not that long ago. And also, other questions asked, can police recover data from a destroyed phone? And this is what possible has happened to Jay Slater's phone. Maybe it was smashed up, so people are, by somebody else who thinking that, they're not going to be able to get anything from this phone. In conclusion, the answer to the question, can police access data deleted from a phone? It depends. It depends on where the data is being stored and what type of data it is. However, with sophisticated software and equipment, it is possible for police to retrieve deleted data from a phone. So that's interesting. But like I said, there's not enough information from the Spanish police about the phone which is said to be found, and they never really we've heard things in videos and little bits and snippets in newspaper that the phone was found with the body in his clothes, but they don't really want to put that information out there, and I just think they just want to end all speculation on this case and making out that people are safe in Tenerife, that there's no problems there, and everyone can carry on as normal. That's my thoughts on that. So there's a possibility through Google backup that some evidence can be retrieved. Whether they are looking into it, I don't know, but that will tell us a lot. So that's something anyway. Going to go back to a video that Ayub and Rocky done, just some important information I'd like to talk about. I'm just going to get straight into the video.
Why was he scared when he left? What? Bro, I don't know why he was scared. That's in his own head, like, do you know what I'm saying? Like, I could tell you.
But surely you would ask him what the problem was. What I think is that there was some kind of problem why he couldn't go back to his Brad and Lucy, because they were obviously staying in the hotel, and supposedly he'd lost his key, so he couldn't go back. there must have been a reason why he couldn't go back. And this is where my thing is. It's to do with his friends. How have they just gone quiet? And they basically using Ayub and Rocky to answer the questions. Are they being protected? Because it seems like it. And they should be the ones coming out and giving us more information. Brad, Lucy, and the others who haven't said a word about it.
How I'm feeling and what I'm going through. My head, like, do you know what I mean?
Like, he was making up this conspiracy theory saying he was scared.
Oh no, you know that detective guy said, oh, he had 2 knives on him and he left scared. That's even more mental. Like, the guy had 2 knives on him.
Where did the detective get that information from? That's just unbelievable. And where would he get 2 knives from? Yeah, he could have got maybe 2 kitchen knives that may have been at the apartment for protection. But that's telling me, at the end of the day, that's a narrative that is very, very important to go on. Why would he be doing it? And the problem is if Lucy turned up later, who did she come with? Why he was so afraid?
Like, he was in danger, let alone that. Do you know what I mean? But no one's saying nothing about that. But like I said, I'm not even going to complain about that. I've been in danger many times. Like, do you know what I mean? I've been shot at before. Like, yeah, look, someone wrote people freak out on the come downs.
I heard that.
You know what I'm saying?
That's true. That is a true point. What if he felt, like I said, in danger, and they might have even pranked him into it that he's being chased or followed, and that's why he went off road and had an accident, and they feel that they've got to come out and justify it. Or, like I said, was it over the sweets? It's so much detail I look over, and it just goes from left to left, should I say, at the moment.
You're basically playing stupid. Am I now, dum dum? Why was I in danger? Apparently, he had a knife on him. Naomi Elizabeth.
Yeah, but wouldn't you ask him why you're carrying that knife? They knew what this was about, and they're covering for someone. And I think the people that they're covering for are Lucy and Brad and their other mates, because I think that there was a problem there. It could have been about the past, like I've said before, or they could have been after him for something that he's done, and maybe had brought someone else with them, because there are a lot of conflicting stories.
That's just from the horse's mouth, mate.
You know what I'm saying?
That mark there, my hat.
If you know what I mean? Yeah. What Rolex, Agatha? Yeah, he told me he was cutting, Cap. He said, yo, bro, I'm off.
SB.
Oh, shit. Trinity said, who are these baddies? Oh, my shit.
Who are these baddies?
Oh, like, nah, bro, don't get me in trouble.
Talk
I
about
don't want. Yeah, it's mental. It's mental. Like, life can get you in trouble, bro.
Yeah, man.
It's mental. Someone said, where's the blanket? On the sofa where he left it. How was someone already asleep? Well, no, you asked me for the charger, but his mate, well, my mate was sleeping. Rocky, like, I don't even have to say.
Yeah, I was.
You're here now, like,
Well,
you know what I mean?
lit that night.
That was
Just the
odd. Let's go
blanket.
back on that.
On the sofa where he left it. How was someone already asleep? Well, no, you asked me for the charger, but his mate, well, my mate was sleeping. Rocky, like, I don't even have.
His mate. Wow. It does tell me. I always said that I thought that it was at least one person, but in my mind it tells me that there were a few people there, and it said that in a later video that they went looking for him at night. So why are we talking about the morning he walked out there in the morning? That doesn't make sense, but I'll try and find that video which contradicts what they're saying.
to say.
Yeah, I was.
You're here now, like.
Well,
You know
I
what I mean?
lit that night. I got drunk. I was sleeping in the car. It got burned. Who was lit?
I was sleeping in the car. That just doesn't make sense. If you were sleeping in the car, how did Ayub say to Jay, "Oh, go in a room and get the charger off my mate"? Is it because if he did sleep in this guy did sleep in the car, who was the other mate in the bedroom? It just doesn't make sense.
Why did he not charge his phone? I don't know. I was sleeping, so I can't even tell you, mate.
They're asking about. It weren't just you three.
There's off now.
Was so guilty, Miss CLB.
Like,
if I'm guilty, then arrest me. Then, do you know what I mean? Like, what are you on about?
Well, he knows he can't be arrested because the case is closed, and they were free to go, and they're free to talk about it. It's just as simple as that until other information comes through or not. It's at this present moment that they're innocent, and I don't think we're going to get to the bottom of this.
Hey, no, Pot Paper's a legend. You know this, like, slip off the tongue. What you mean, slip off the tongue? Yeah, Rocky slept. But Rocky was asleep in the car. Like, I don't even know what you mean. Sleep as soon as he got in, like, bro, like they try.
But sleep in the car. Who was the other guy? Sleep in the bedroom to get the charger off. So that tells us that there was someone else in the property. And I think another question is what time did Lucy get there? We've got conflicting messages. Was it at night where they were looking for him? Said to be? Or was it in the morning? It doesn't make sense. Something's up, and I think these two guys are protecting Lucy and Brad and the others who were with them.
Trying to trick you out of your position and try to ask you that questions where you know what I mean. Like, when you're telling the truth, you don't fucking slip up.
Exactly.
It's one story. Do you know what I mean?
I'm going to leave it there. They did at the end of the day slip up there, but there's still so many. It's frustrating at the end of the day that the police have closed this case and we're none the wiser, and they can brazenly come out and tell a narrative that really hasn't got us anywhere. It's given us a few links that they, could be lying, but proving it's a different matter. Part 3 is this was from Wax Unfiltered, and this is very, very interesting. Ayub event of the night. So it seemed, when I first had a look at this, it seemed like to me that they were all there before 5:30 or 6:30, whatever time they got back in the morning, and this event happened earlier that evening or morning. Is very, very, very odd, but I'll play it anyway.
Not only that, like, this is another thing you lot don't know. Me, Lucy, and Rocky and one of my other mates.
So Lucy and Rocky and one of your other mates, yeah? Where was Brandon? Where was Brad at this point?
Who was the other mate? Is this Johnny guy, Johnny Vegas, that everyone's on about? It could have been the Kingpin, because there were definitely other people there. Or what I'm thinking is that there was Ayub, Rocky and someone else there, and people on their way with Lucy, and that's why I think Jay had got scared, possibly run off, a bit paranoid, then got into some trouble on some rocks and fell. That is a possibility.
Out at night looking for him, grabbing.
Oh, you was out at night looking for him. Oh, I thought this happened at 8 bells in the morning. So
you see, what the hell is going on here? Why are we going from a morning, which he told the online detective, and now the times have changed, so we're at night now looking for him? This just doesn't make sense.
you was all linked up at night looking for it.
The Spanish mountain police and saying, come with us. This is the last location. Do you know what I'm saying? Like, Do you know what I mean? Like, we was actually doing bits, but you lot don't know that. Do you know what I'm saying?
But my question is why wasn't this said before? It doesn't make sense. Now the case is closed as a missing person who died. It just doesn't make sense. It really doesn't. I don't get it.
And you're quick in point fingers and say, oh, you done this, she done that. Bro, like, leave him
This guy is such a liar, bro. And he's still waffling along. Listen, he still waffles on.
alone. Like they're actually feeling it. Do you know what I mean? Like, feeling it. Do you know what I'm saying? Like everyone's feeling it. Like, do you know what I'm saying? Like,
Really?
you lot don't know how I felt the minute he walked out, and then all of them lot come out, and we're in the night time at the side of the mountain shouting, Jay.
Are you hearing what this guy is saying, bro?
So he's basically saying he was there. He's not really given a time, which is quite odd, but what he said, night time. So it could have been the early hours of the morning, or it could have been the night of the 16th. What does that tell us? Does it tell us that they all went back and partied and a few people were there? I do honestly believe that Jay may have left with Ayub and was possibly set up over something, and that Lucy and other people were coming, and that's why he may have been carrying knives and went off on his own. It just doesn't make sense to me. It's all a bit strange why we've gone from morning to night. Which is it? You know, it just seems like, you know, these guys are lying, and I do think that they're protecting Lucy and Brad and Brandon.
Are you actually taking in what this guy is saying? He is confirming that they was out at night by the side of the mountain calling for Jay. So Jay didn't leave the Airbnb in the morning then. Jay didn't see the Airbnb manager then. Lucy didn't come knocking on your door at 8:30 in the morning then. It was way before then.
This is my point. That makes it, because there was no evidence. If you look at the evidence, we had a grainy photo of someone walking up the road. We've had deleted videos. We're just going back to what people have said, witnesses. But I don't think, when I first heard them, I thought, this is not credible. There's something strange about that, and this is actually proving it. What did Lucy go, then come back? And what was her blanket doing there? Because it said on this video by Wax and Filtered that she bought that blanket. You can carry on with this and listen to it. He does come up with some brilliant things, so do subscribe to him as well. But that's absolutely crazy. So this happened at night. You know, give us some times of when this happened, so at least we can try and piece this together.
It must have been. What happened to the pit stop?
You know what I'm saying? There's like a guilt in you thinking like, bro, if I knew he was gonna walk, I would have said, bro, fucking chill out, like, you're not walking nowhere. Do you know what I mean?
But you saw that he was gonna walk. According to the statement, guys, this guy, it was 8:30 in the morning. This guy was reversing his car because someone buzzed on the door. And there was no buzzer. There was clearly no buzzer. People have been back and forth to that Airbnb, and there's no buzzer outside whatsoever. So he's clearly making this up, bro.
I honestly thought that. I just don't think what I have said happened in the morning. And that Lucy banging on the door. First it was after 7 o'clock, and now it was 8:30. I think she was already there. I think they were already there earlier and had to concoct a story. Even if, like I said, he had an accident, it's on them, I think, over, you know, something he might have did, or things that happened in the past. They might have chased him down there, and he had an accident and had to cover it. That's what it seems like to me. And these guys are just covering to protect Brandon and Lucy, because they're the weak link. They may say something. This is what I think of it.
When they redecorated, they took the buzzer off and they shut the buzzer in the bin and said, yeah, we're not going to put a buzzer up.
Then I would have been told, oh, you had him busted. So You know what I'm saying? You're damned if you do, you're damned if you don't.
If you was a true friend, you would have never have let him leave the Airbnb, and nobody would have assumed that you was holding him hostage because he's your brethren.
Yeah, I agree with that. But like I said, I don't think they gave a toss about Jay for certain reasons. And, you know, it just shows sometimes the evil and callous of actually people to let him just wander off, if he did. There's so many conflicting stories, but I knew that the 8:30, him walking out at 8:30 in the morning, wasn't true. I knew that. I really put my money on it because there was no really sightings of him, and his phone being wiped. At the end of the day, he may have gone through, you don't know, torture or some awful things before that happened. But I hope that it is investigated again. I think it needs to be investigated by our police in what they're saying. But I do honestly think this is a cover to cover Brad and Lucy, because they're feeling a lot of pressure, and these guys are taking the heat for them. I don't know why. At the end of the day, that makes me think that ayub is connected to Lucy and Brad, or work for him, and they all work for something higher, and they're all covering themselves. And these guys are the front guys to take the heat and close this case down. And nobody knows the wiser, should I say. Don't forget to subscribe to Streamline Entertainment, and please let me know what you think of this revelation about what ayub is saying, because two conflicting time stories which tells us a hell of a lot. Thank you, wherever you are in the world. Don't forget to like the video. Thank you.